Hello children, welcome again to the virtual session. So we will continue with chapter 4, sorting materials into groups. So we have seen materials and their properties. One more property we are going to see now, toughness or hardness. So take down this definition in your notebook. The property of material to withstand stress without breaking is termed as toughness or hardness. Like for example, take a iron rod. So iron rod, it can withstand breaking or it can withstand stress. That's why it is used in iron to make iron girders, to make for constructing buildings, to make machineries. As an iron furnace, it is used in industries. So that's why it can, because it can withstand stress and without breaking. It will not break easily. So iron rod or iron itself is very tough and very hard. So you take down the definition of toughness or hardness. So hardness, again you can have hard or soft material. Here you can take down the definition and the example. Materials that can be compressed or deform easily are referred to as soft substances. Means you can deform it easily. Like for example, sponge and cotton. We can press it with your hand, you can change its shape. So deforming means changing the shape. Sponge and cotton, with your hand you can change the shape. So that's why they are called as soft material. Materials where difficult to bend or compress are termed as hard substances. So with your hand merely you cannot, iron rod or glass, you can't change the shape. You can't compress it. So you cannot deform it. So that's why they are hard materials. So you have to take down this in your notebook, children. You can see your picture of objects made up of soft material and hard materials. Then one more property we are going to learn today of material, that is transparency. So it depends on, let us see, materials can be grouped into three main categories based on their ability to transmit light. So this property is based on the criteria that how much light it will transmit. So classification based on transparency here: transparent, opaque, translucent. Children, you have to draw this diagram. You have to show this classification the way it is done. So please take this down in your notebook. Let us see. Bujo over here has taken three types of paper. You can see opaque, where he cannot see through. Completely you can't see through. This opaque paper. One more type of paper he has taken, translucent, where he can partially see through. So not completely, not fully, but then partially he can see through the paper. One more type of paper he has taken where it is completely transparent, where he can see through, he can see everything. So opaque, translucent and transparent, three criteria for the transparency we have seen. So over here one more very good example. You can see a window here. So you have a window glass, that the window glass is transparent. The window shield, the planks which we put window on a window, that is a window shield, that shield is translucent, and curtain which we put is opaque. So it's a very good example of all three. Now an object which allows visible light to pass through it is called as transparent object. We can clearly see through a transparent object. Example, glass fish tank. Please take down these, children, in your notebook. An object which allows partial passage to light is called as translucent object. Example, plastic bottle, paper cup. So it will allow partial passage of light and therefore you can see partially. Partially you can see through. So an object which allows partial passage to light is called as translucent object. Kindly take this down, children. An object which does not allow passage to light is called an opaque object. So you cannot see through, we cannot see through an opaque object. Example, wood, metals. So all these definition with examples should go in your notebook, children. So assignment for the day. First one, opaque is a material through which you are not able to see. You just have to take down the statement and write true or false. Then next statement you are going to take, soft materials can be compressed or scratched. You have to write true or false. Brick is opaque while butter paper is translucent. Next, iron is softer than sponge. You have to just state true or false. Please write down the statement as well in your notebook, children. Fifth one, air is opaque. You have to state true or false here. So, here we end with the session, children. We will continue with the same. Have a great day.
Properties of materials. For solving a need, we make objects. These objects are formed from materials. What will happen if you don't choose proper material for making the object? Definitely, you don't want to be in such a situation. In order to make objects for specific need, we must understand the properties of materials. We will discuss these properties in this video. Appearance. It gives idea about the visual look of the material. If a material appears shiny, then we say that it have a property called luster. Usually, metals have luster. If you don't see luster on metal, try to rub the metal with sandpaper. You will see the metallic luster. Other materials did not have luster. If you touch some objects, they appear either smooth or rough. The roughness is due to bumps on the surface. Similarly, some objects are hard while others are soft. With the term hardness, we mean that the material does not allow to change its shape. It does not allow anything to go into it or scratch over it. It does not break easily. If a material changes its shape, allows scratching over it, or break easily, then such material is soft material. State. Basically, materials exist in three states: solid, liquid, and gas. Those which have fixed shape and volume are solids. Those which have fixed volume but does not have fixed shape are liquids. And those which neither have fixed shape nor fixed volume are gases. Solubility. When we mix some materials such as sugar, salt, lemon juice, vinegar, etc. in water, then they completely disappears in it. That is, they get completely dissolved in water. We say that material is soluble in water. Other materials such as sand, chalk powder, coconut oil, kerosene, etc. does not disappear in water, and thus these are insoluble in water. Ability to float. Some materials such as wood, plastic, rubber, etc. have ability to stay on the surface of water. We say that these materials can float on water. There are other materials such as metals, sand, stone, etc. which when dropped in water goes at the bottom. That means these materials does not float on water. Transparency. Some materials such as glass, water, etc. allows us to look through them completely. Such materials are called transparent materials. Some materials such as wood, mud, sand does not allow us to look through them. These are called opaque materials. There are some materials, for example, trace paper, oily paper, etc., which allows us to look through them only partially. Such materials are called translucent materials. Magnetic properties. Some materials get attracted towards magnet. These are magnetic materials. For example, iron, nickel and cobalt. Others which does not get attracted towards a magnet are non-magnetic material. For example, plastic, wood, paper, glass, etc. Conduction of heat. Some materials allow heat to flow through them. For example, all metals are good conductors of heat. Other materials which does not allow heat to pass through them are bad conductors, that is, insulators of heat. For example, wood, plastic, cotton, glass, etc. Electricity. Some materials allow electricity to pass through them. These are called conductors. For example, all metals, salt solution, etc. Other materials which does not allow electricity to pass through them are insulators. For example, wood, plastic, glass, cotton, oil, distilled water, etc. We can use any property to classify the material. For example, here are some materials and we need to classify them according to electrical conduction. Can we do that? Yes, the answer is like this. I hope you have understood this topic very well. Thanks for watching this video.